Now, GPs have voted to reduce visits to patients' homes, saying they no longer have the capacity to offer them. Doctors supported the proposal at a meeting of English local medical committees in London yesterday. It means the British Medical Association will lobby NHS England to stop home visits being a contractual obligation. An NHS spokesperson said that GPs would still visit patients at home where there was a clinical need to do so. Well, earlier I spoke to Jamie Kafash, editor of Pulse magazine, the magazine for GPs, and I asked him if this decision means that all GP home visits will disappear in England.
The first thing we'd say is that if you're a vulnerable patient, an elderly patient, you are still going to be receiving home visits no matter what. Even if the BMA is successful in lobbying the government to change the contract, there will still be home visits. What I think we're not going to have anymore is your favourite GP coming out to see you. However, I think the state of general practice at the moment, I think there are very few patients that do have that kind of Dr Finlay coming out to see you, the GP that you've known for the last 20 years. So I think from a patient's point of view, there's not going to be a massive amount of change. What this is a real cry for help from GPs to say we have got too much on at the moment and there is no way that we can give patients the care they need without looking at what they're doing at the moment.
And I think Matt Hancock has said to the BBC this morning that this change is not going to happen because it's up to the NHS to approve it. And we know, I guess, with an ageing population that the need for home visits is presumably more, not less. And you don't necessarily just want some out-of-hours emergency service with GPs that don't know you.
Indeed. I mean, but at the moment we do have an out-of-hours service where you wouldn't be seeing a GP that you know already. So it's similar to that. But what I think GPs are really saying here is that we need to have a look at what we're doing. For example, the Conservative Party's last election manifesto said that they were going to offer 7-day access. So if you've got a verruca on a Sunday, you can go and see a GP. What I think they're saying is that we need to look at exactly what we're offering. Maybe we should be putting this funding into routine care so that GPs can offer vulnerable patients the care that they need. There's no suggestion that they won't be receiving home visits. Obviously, if you're elderly and vulnerable and you can't get into a GP practice, then you're still going to receive the care that you need. It's just who's going to be delivering that. I think that's what's
so what
are
the GPs suggesting so will change?
So they're suggesting that that we be commissioning other services to do this, like we do with out of hours. Until 2004, it would have been your GP practice offering out of hours services. But after 2004, if you call out of hours, then you'll be seeing a GP that you don't know. So it'll be a similar service to that, but that'll be during the daytime. So that'll be from 9 to 5. You'll be seeing a GP that you don't necessarily know, not necessarily from your own practice.
I mean, it's pretty difficult to get a GP home visit anyway already, isn't it? And you talk about seeing someone for something small on a Sunday. There's no way that I can get that, for example, where I live. I mean, the GP practice is not open at the weekend at all. It's not open most of the out of hours. It's not open in the evenings when many of us would like them to be.
Well, most areas, I mean, I think all areas in England do have Saturday and Sunday opening now. Now, I've actually been for a Sunday appointment myself, and I was the only person in there. I waltzed in and I was seen straight away.
It's not the norm.
No, you do get. I mean, it was an election pledge, and a lot of money has gone into this. The government has funded £6 per patient for Sunday services. So there are Sunday services open across the country now. How often it's used, not many patients know about it, and actually not many patients actually want it. I don't think anyone wants to spend their Sunday going in for a routine check. People tend to want to use the in-hour service, but if you want to see a GP on a Monday to Friday, you will be probably waiting 2 to 3 weeks. I think what the GPs are saying is that we should be looking at this situation and thinking about where we're putting the resources.
Jamie Kafash there.